The standard of living for Americans has significantly declined over the past decade, with a major portion of the loss occurring in the last 3 years. Rising inflation and living costs have hit retirees and those approaching retirement the hardest, forcing many to downsize their lives or re-enter the workforce due to financial struggles. This issue is becoming increasingly severe with each passing generation, posing a significant risk of financial insecurity in retirement. Over the past 3 years, the average American has experienced a substantial reduction in annual disposable income, losing an average of $1,806 due to the rapid increase in housing, transportation, and food costs. Despite recent wage increases, a significant percentage of American workers have actually taken a pay cut. This situation has left people with little money for discretionary spending and, more importantly, for saving for retirement. Low and middle income earners have been particularly affected, with a significant number of individuals reporting downsizing their lives to make ends meet. The pandemic-induced economic downturn and subsequent inflationary crisis have further exacerbated the problem, leading to a median income drop of 9.8%. While government officials may cite declining inflation as a sign of economic growth, crucial components of the Consumer Price Index, such as grocery prices, continue to rise and reach record levels. This has resulted in a stagnation of disposable income levels despite being in a growing economy. In conclusion, the declining standard of living in the United States is a concerning issue that requires urgent attention and action. The financial insecurity faced by millions of Americans as they approach retirement is alarming, and it is essential to address the root causes and implement effective solutions to ensure a better future for all citizens. Economist Bob Bruska from Fact and Opinion Economics in New York has highlighted the alarming situation for retirees, which has turned into a living nightmare. Data from the National Institute on Retirement Security shows that 44% of older Americans who retired in the last 3 years have been forced to return to work due to insufficient savings. The number of people aged 75 and older in the labor force has dramatically increased, and this age group is projected to occupy a larger share of the workforce in the coming years. Many seniors find themselves without the retirement savings they expected, and this is especially true for those who lack jobs with desirable benefits like defined benefit pensions or 401k matching programs. A report by the Joint Economic Committee revealed that only 35% of Americans between the ages of 55 and 64 have a pension or retirement savings in a 401k or IRA. Even among those who do have retirement savings, the median account balance is just $54,000, which falls short of the recommended savings for retirement at age 50. Working beyond the age of 65 is not a feasible option for millions of seniors, especially those in physically demanding professions like delivery, construction, janitorial, caregiving, nursing, and farming. Additionally, some may have to leave work to take on caregiving duties, while professionals with college degrees make up only 45.7% of the U.S. workforce and may face challenges in continuing to work. Although working longer can help alleviate retirement insecurity, it cannot fully solve the retirement crisis. Policymakers must prioritize supporting higher quality jobs for older workers and ensuring that those who cannot work any longer can retire with financial security. Unfortunately, change may not come soon enough, as Social Security funds are at risk of depletion and financial volatility has significantly impacted 401k. A significant percentage of Americans who return to the labor force after retirement are not confident that they will have enough money to cover basic monthly expenses once they stop working. Many consumers feel they do not have enough retirement savings to last their lifetime. The Institute estimates that a large number of people nearing retirement age will experience a decline in their standard of living in retirement. Researchers predict that at least 50% of Americans aged 65 or older will be unable to maintain their pre-retirement standard of living, even if they work until age 65. Many households will not have sufficient retirement income to support their current lifestyle, even with annuitizing all their financial assets, including those from a reverse mortgage on their homes. The hard numbers indicate a disturbing trend of increasing financial insecurity among American workers. It is evident that a significant portion of the population is at risk of facing poverty in their retirement years. This calls for immediate action to fix the retirement system, making employer plan coverage universal to ensure continuous coverage and adequate resources for maintaining a comfortable standard of living in retirement. The study strongly emphasizes the need for comprehensive solutions to address the retirement savings crisis effectively. The Alliance for Lifetime Income, a nonprofit consumer organization focused on educating Americans about retirement protection, warns that individuals across all income groups and generations are at risk of running out of money during their retirement. The survey highlights the challenging future faced by the forgotten generation, with typical Generation X households, born between 1965 and 1980, having only around $40,000 saved for retirement, while many in the bottom half of savers have only a few $1,000s banked. However, Generation X is not alone in facing retirement troubles, as nearly half of baby boomers and more than half of all workers have zero savings for their future, according to U.S. Census data. Opinion polls released in May reveal that only 39% of Americans expect to have a comfortable retirement, showing a significant 17% decrease from 2019 levels. Furthermore, an analysis by Wealth Wizards reveals that since January 2021, 1 in 3 savers has downgraded their expected retirement lifestyle to a minimum one. This is exemplified by the case of Adam Koval, who, after retiring in 2018 and facing a large medical bill that depleted his savings, had to return to the labor force in 2023. He now earns 28% less than his previous job and has to make sacrifices in daily expenses to meet their needs. Yvonne Womack, the team leader of the Blessings Food Pantry in Vamo, Florida, reports an increase in stretched seniors who are raising their grandchildren using their savings, even struggling to afford their own necessities. Many ordinary seniors face rising living costs, while their Social Security checks remain stagnant. The situation is exacerbated by younger generations starting to save for retirement later than recommended, potentially leaving them with fewer savings than baby boomers and Generation X, leading to a cycle of financial insecurity. The grim reality is that the dream of retiring at age 65 is becoming unattainable for most Americans. Each generation is experiencing a decline in prosperity, and the shrinking U.S. middle class, coupled with a scarcity of well-paying jobs, leaves many struggling to make ends meet in the present. As a result, individuals are left with 2 unfavorable options: working until death or facing poverty in their senior years, despite a lifetime of dedicated work. This reality underscores the decay of the American economy and serves as a compelling argument for urgently fixing the retirement system. Immediate action is needed to address these challenges and ensure a more secure financial future for all citizens.